Hey, welcome to Meditations on Being. I'm Patrick. I wanted to give a message today for someone who needs to hear it. Not sure who you are. This message, if it resonates with you, then it's for you. If it doesn't, then move on to something else and spend your energy somewhere that resonates with you, feels right with you. So I'm the kind of person who always, very frequently, not always, has dreams where I have recurring dreams. And in a lot of them, I'm either, in one set of recurring dreams, I'm always running from authorities in some fashion, and I'm escaping them successfully. In another theme of recurrence in my dreams, I am in my childhood home, and it's going to be nighttime soon, and I'm running around, rushing around, securing all the entry points to the house. So I'm closing all the windows and locking them. I'm checking every single door, locking those. I pull down all the shades. I'm basically preparing to barricade myself in the house because I have a sense that something is coming to get me. And I recently, both of these types of dreams, I've not known for years what they meant. But I recently, something clicked for me listening to one of Bashar's connections. So he was talking to someone who had dreams where in real life they're a pretty peaceful person. They don't, they don't fight. They're not violent. But in their dreams, they are always fighting creatures and things and people and like sword fights and all this crazy stuff. And so she was looking for insight into what that means. And Bashar said basically, these are your brain's way of interpreting your interactions with alien beings, with extraterrestrials. Your brain is interpreting their energy as a threat, sort of, and you are fighting that threat. You're not like letting it. You're not surrendering. Basically, is the idea. And take from that what you will. Some people don't want to surrender to it, don't want to interact with these beings, but this person and I both do want to interact with these beings. So I saw that transmission. I saw that answer that Bashar gave, which is basically like the solution that he gave for that woman was to tell yourself that everything's going to be okay no matter what, and you're just having a fear response based on the difference in energy levels between you. And if you work to accept them, then you won't have that fear response and you can get to working with them, which is what your intention is. And so that's also my intention. And so I had a dream, another one of these recurring dreams, after I heard that transmission. And it sort of clicked to me after I woke up that was exactly what was happening to me. The locking of all my windows and all my doors and pulling the shades down was my way of protecting myself from and hiding from these entities who are trying to reach out and talk to me. And so what I want to do and what I'm setting an intention to do is to accept and surrender to whatever the energy is that comes in, and meet it with love, and see what happens. Basically, see why they want to communicate, see what I want to say to them. I have a lot of things that I want to say to the extraterrestrials, but it's a process apparently. So one particular part of this dream, I guess I can just describe the full dream. So it starts out as it usually does. I'm in my childhood home, and I'm locking up all my doors, pulling down all my shades, because I know that it was 5 humans. This group of 5 humans was going to come and try and get into the house. And I had like 1 or 2 other people with me who I don't remember who they are. Maybe I knew them, maybe I didn't. but they're with me and they're going to try and defend the house, because this time, instead of just barricading everything, we decided that we're going to fight back with like guns and swords and stuff. So the 5 humans that are outside eventually do come up, and they're trying to get in one of the windows, and I'm like shooting them and fighting them and cutting at them with the sword, and like nothing does anything. And I'm just now recalling that there was some sort of conversation between us where it was kind of like, I don't know why I'm fighting you, but I am, and I need you to leave. I don't like, you're not allowed to come in the house. And so eventually I'm swiping at this one guy with a sword, and we're like talking more. I don't remember the exact content of what we're talking about, but basically they end up coming into the house and just completely overwhelming us. And they invite a bunch of other people in, and they sort of start living there and build like a kingdom. And me and the couple people who were with me on the inside before realize that we have to retreat. But as I'm retreating, I'm noticing that they're not like attacking me. It was a one-sided battle. It's like, I didn't want them to come in. They're now here and they've established themselves. And I feel like I'm being pushed out, but really what the energy is of it is that I'm welcome there, but I'm the one who feels like I need to push myself out. And so I leave. The next portion of my dream that I remember is that I was back in the house. The windows are all open, the curtains are all open, shades are all drawn, and these 2 beings are in the house with me. And there's one being who's like around the corner in a hallway, kind of like hiding from me, and I'm aware of their existence, but it's and it's bothering me, but it's not like it's like we have our distance sort of calculated, and we're fine at that distance, like no closer. We're just kind of ignoring each other is what the feeling was. And then there's this other strange creature who comes in from another room, and they're like a tall, lanky version of myself. They look like me, and they have like strangely proportioned arms and like really long legs, and they walk kind of like belabored. It's a little like uncomfortable looking. I don't know. They almost look like a zombie kind of walking. And so I'm like, their appearance is truly shocking. It's like they're mimicking me. They're like, I understand the feeling, like I get the feeling, I understand intuitively that they are presenting themselves as me. They don't actually look anything like me, but they're like projecting themselves onto my consciousness as me. And that should be terrifying, but it's not. I absolutely love this being, because the energy that they're radiating, the energy that they're just like sending straight into my dome, is one of like pure love, like complete, overwhelming, like unconditional love. And I just absolutely love this creature back. And there's like nothing that I can do except love this creature. And I just feel really drawn to it, despite the fact that it's like an absolutely terrifying, like bad mimic of me. And so in my dream, I realized like that's, that is very interesting. And it occurs to me that like the appearance isn't what matters. It's the energy that they're giving off. And so I tell the other being out in the hallway, I say, okay, to the first being, to the mimic, I say, you look terrifying, but I can't help but love you. I do love you. And I'm not scared of you at all, even though you are terrifying. But that child out in the hallway, I now acknowledge that it's a child in my dream. I say, the child is terrifying me. So you can stay there, but I am gonna chill with this mimic for a bit. So that was the end of what I remember of the dream, or perhaps I woke up right after that. But what what I realized after the fact when I woke up was that the child was probably a gray alien, and I was just calling them a child because they're short in stature. And that being was probably not a child. It was probably an adult. But I'm actually realizing now when I talk about this, that there was an unease on both ways with like getting used to each other's energy kind of thing. Like I'm going to stay this far away and not come any closer kind of feeling. So it was just very, very interesting to feel like this one mimic is the only one who kind of got through to me because that species just projected like an overwhelming love to me. All the other beings were much more similar to us, and perhaps that's kind of like the uncanny valley kind of issue, where it's like terrifying because they're pretty close to us, but they're not us, and that's like shocking and terrifying. But the mimic felt like, objectively looking at it, it was an extremely different being, but I had an easier time accepting it because of the love that it radiated out. And so, yeah, what occurs to me now is that I want to be that thing that radiates out the love so that, other things aren't scared of me and I'm not scared of them. I just want to cultivate that strong acceptance and loving energy towards them, sort of no matter what's happening. And I know that eventually, with enough time spent with these beings in my dreams and eventually, hopefully, in real life, that the energy difference won't bother me. It won't bother other people who want to do the same thing too. But yeah, just a very interesting thing that I'm playing with. If you made it to the end of this message, it's probably resonating with you. I don't know, maybe you can think about some dreams that you've had where maybe something like this might apply. I assume that there's a reason that you were drawn to this video. And yeah, that's basically all I have today. So thanks for joining me. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you didn't, you can give it a dislike. Subscribe for more. And as always, you have my unconditional love. Thanks.